Hi y'all, and welcome back to my channel. So today I am just working on this little project, and while I was doing this I was like, I haven't talked to y'all or had a chit chat with you all in a while. So I was like, let me come on here and talk to everybody to see how they have been doing and just talk about something that I think would be relatable to all parents. But this book is a busy book that I'm working on for Aiden. I have made the decision that I am going to start him in pre-K next school term. I think it's very important to know when your child is ready. And to get started, I want to include like these nightly exercises. It has like ABCs, colors. I don't know if y'all can see, but colors, different things of that nature. Has the different fruit on the farm, vehicles. And I was putting this together, but I also wanted to come and talk. So yeah, let's go ahead and we're going to do a little chit chat about something that happened to me on Threads last night. So yeah, y'all, I am in the bathroom. This is like my peaceful time where I meditate, and I sometimes journal in here. I do a lot of things in like the first part like of the bathroom, because it has like a little sitting area, because my mom is in the living room and Aiden is in the area where I normally record content. So I just decided to sit in here today. But as I mentioned earlier, I wanted to talk about some things that happened on Thread, and it's just one thing that happened. I was talking, and if you don't know what Threads is, it's like Twitter, but it's connected to Instagram. I like it because it's very positive. I meet other autism moms, and 90% of the people that I have met, they are extremely positive. And I love Threads because I don't really like to be in front of the camera, which is weird, I know. But Threads, I can just sit there and type out my thoughts and like keep it moving. But last night I made a post, and I just basically said autism is not an excuse. And I probably should have been more detailed and said autism is not an excuse in my house, because it's not an excuse in my house. And what I mean by that is I know what my child is capable of, and I know the things that my child can do. Aiden is a kid that if he see it, he observe. I call him sneaky, because he be doing stuff around the house and I don't know that he's able to do it. But I realized like, oh, I was doing that and he was just copying off of me at a later time. So what I mean by that is simply autism is not an excuse for me not to teach my child certain things. I'm not using, oh, he's autistic, so I'm not going to teach him his life skills. I'm not going to be with Aiden forever. So I think it's very important for me to teach him certain things like, hey, go put your plate in the trash can. Well, dump the food that's left over in the trash can and then put the plate in the sink. Those things are important. You like water time? Okay, cool. Let me show you how to wash dishes. Because at some point, even though he's 4, I think if we start him young, like they're able to comprehend and keep it moving. And I think in the community, people just be angry. And somebody came up under my post and they was like, oh, you're an ableist. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know what an ableist was, so I Googled it. And so basically, the meaning of an ableist is a person, and I don't want to lie again. So let me look it up so I can give y'all the right meaning. But it low-key hurt my feelings when I found out the meaning, because I'm like, I am not that person. I just want what's best for my child, and I want him to be able to be proud of different things that he accomplished, and I don't want him to be afraid to try different things in society. So it's discrimination in favor of able-bodied people. Is that what he called me? Ableism. That's ableism. Okay, ableist is any term or expression that devalues people who have disabilities. And if anybody knows me, like, I am not devaluing anybody. I don't even devalue people that don't have a disability. So for somebody to say that to me, it really kind of like hurt my feelings. Not really, but I was like, I would never do that towards my son. But then I realized, like, I should have been, like, in my household. And I think that people in the autism community, even older people that have autism, parents, autism is not a one-shoe-fits-all situation. So my child may not do the things that your child does, and my child may not do the things that your child do, vice versa, you know. It's simply, I know what Aiden is capable of. I know that Aiden is capable of doing all types of things, and I'm going to allow him to do it. I have friends that are educators, for example, and they say anytime they call the parents about bad behavior that's not associated with autism, the first thing the parent says is, oh, well, he or she has autism. Y'all, that's not an excuse. Like, they already have, like, a target on their back. And I don't even want to say a target, but they're already going through a lot in their head. Like, let's not make anything harder for our kids. But to say that I'm an ableist and I show discrimination is insane, because I don't show discrimination. I just simply want Aiden to know that he can do anything he put his mind to. And I think people forget that it starts at home. My child having the confidence to want to try and to do anything starts here with me. And it starts off with these life skills, because you're not going to be around here just like laying around and not doing anything and not learning anything. And when I'm gone, people are going to be like, well, what did she teach him? Even though I wouldn't care. But it's like, you're going to know something and you're going to be able to do certain things. So that was one thing that happened on Threads. And like, people just get so in a tight about your personal experience, and that's one thing that I wish would go away in the community. I genuinely wish that people will understand that what I speak on is based on what I see my child do and what goes on in my house. I'm not the type of person that tells others, you should do this for your child because this is law. It's not a law with autism. Like, and I don't think there's a committee of parents that can say, oh, this is law, don't do this or don't do that. Like, I'm going to do what works best for me and my household. And that's like with ABA therapy. Like, I really hate when people say, oh, don't put your child in ABA therapy because it's child abuse. It's really not. It may just didn't work for your child, but that doesn't mean it's not going to work for other people's kids. And that is just one thing I really want us to work on in the community, is that when people are sharing their stories or using certain words, like, I seen this debate and it's like nonsense debate. Someone said that we should not be calling people that have autism special needs or disability. And then the mom, she was like, I can use whatever term I want to use. And it is a disability. It's an invisible disability. And I do agree with her. And it's just like, in the community, how can I say this? In the community, people use things when it's beneficial for them at that time. Other times it's like, oh, you can't use this, or you can't say this, or why are you saying this? And I think we need to learn, like, you can't devalue someone else's experience of what's going on with their child. Even like a mom, she was like, we're supposed to be uplifting each other, and y'all still want to talk about what causes autism. And I'll be honest, I can see it both ways. Like, even though we have connected it to genetics, and a lot of people feel like vaccines do not alter the DNA to the point that it causes autism. Y'all hear it in the background? But at the same time, we do know food and environment has an effect on the development, I guess you would say, of autism. I personally believe it's brain development within the womb. That's how I feel about it. But she was like, why are we still talking about this? Let's uplift one another. I completely agree with her, because that debate, when it comes to what causes autism, it goes left every single time. And it's like a bunch of people are arguing and fussing about what they think caused autism within their child or whatnot. I have my thoughts on it, but I'm a very peaceful person. I am promoting self-care and peace for moms in the autism community, so I don't really like to touch bases with this. But what I will say is, I know a mom, and she's like, yeah, I took the test. I don't have the genes that would cause autism, but one of her kids doesn't have autism, but the other two have autism. So things like that can kind of get the mind working, and like, yeah, what's really the cause? Is it really genetics or whatnot? But I think at some point we have to stop devaluing people's opinion in the community, and just understand, like, we all have different experiences. We all go through different things, and our kids are literally different when it comes to the spectrum. The spectrum is a wide range. It's no cookie cutter way to do it. We all have to deal with our kids differently. I personally have to deal with my child way differently than probably a lot of other parents may agree with. But let's call it what it is. The people in the autism community is truly judgmental, and they love to kind of devalue or tell someone that their experience isn't true, or it doesn't matter, or what we're experiencing is not based on scientific facts, so you shouldn't be doing things a certain way. At the same time, I get it, but I'm raising a child, and I think a lot of times we forget that even though that they are on the spectrum, they're still human. They're still toddlers. They're still kids. And I'm not a ableist. I support my son. It's things I know he don't know how to do. I'm not over here trying to force him to do it. I'm not saying like, oh, he can do it. No, like, I'm definitely like, okay, that's something I need to bring to the therapist's attention so we can work on it and get it done. Like, it's just certain things I don't force my son to do. This is the first part of it, the ABCs. Just really quick. And we'll go through this every night. Probably not every night, but some nights we'll get this done. I know my son knows his ABCs because when I sing them to him, he is like moving his head and he'll say some letters, not all letters. But back to what we're talking about. I think that is very important for people to share their experience. Like, our kids are not the same. I'm going to always repeat that, and I'm always going to stand strong when I say that, because our kids ain't the same. Like, and I don't compare my child to anybody else's child. Like, whatever he knows how to do, I'm going to go with it. But what I do know is autism is not an excuse in my house. It's not an excuse for learn bad behavior. It's not an excuse for me to not teach him. It's not an excuse for me not to show him his life skills. Oh, for example, when we're out in the public, I tell Aiden to open the door for me. I've done that so much that Aiden knows to get in front of me, and he pushes the door. Now, I might have to push a little bit to give him that extra, strength, but Aiden opens the door because I am teaching him that you still can be a gentleman. You can open the door for women. And even if it's a woman behind me or women behind me, I'll hold the door with him, and I'm saying to him, let them go first. It's things like that. That's what I'm talking about. So, I don't know what y'all teaching y'all kids, but I still want my son to be a gentleman. I still want him to learn his life skills. And that's what I mean when I say autism is not an excuse in my house. Also, Aiden ain't about to be around here just kicking and spitting on people because that's a behavior that he saw or learned. So I am very stern with him when it comes to things like that as well. So let me know y'all opinion. Am I ableist? I don't think I am, but I would like to know how you all view this statement, autism is not an excuse, because I don't think it's an excuse for anything. I respect it, and I understand the way he thinks, and I understand the way he learns. But yeah, y'all comment below and let me know what y'all think of that. And if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you turn on the notification button so you all can get when I release little chit chats like this. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.